Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Kirk Rifles coming to you with some pretty exciting Lexus news on the new IS, as well as some future Lexus news in terms of where the brand is going in the next 5 years. Let's jump right on over after you hit the like button and subscribe for more Lexus news, and let's jump into it. Spider 7 is a big time Japanese car news leaker site. Not all their stuff is accurate, but more times than not, they have some really good, tasty information in there. And I think you guys have to, take it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, I do think some of this is probably going to end up being true. So we're not going to read the whole article. What we are going to jump into is the big stuff. So in the next model, and this is the IS, by the way, we will use the TNGA. LNGA at Lexus platform for front engine rear wheel drive. That's what that means, to be shared with the new Crown. If you're not familiar with the Crown is, to my knowledge, a Asian only Toyota sports car that's front engine rear wheel drive. What is it going to share with it? Well, let's just talk about the things it will share, including the wheelbase, the overall length, width, and height. Now, this is translated from Japanese, mind you. So translations, it's kind of hard to know exactly what they mean, because it says they mention all these things and they say are expected to be slightly expanded. So I don't know if that means slightly expanded upon the current IS or slightly expanded on the current Crown. I've made this little picture for you guys with my awesome Photoshop skills. I'm going to zoom in real quick. And we're just going to talk about the dimensions of the Crown, the GS, and the IS. Most of you know the GS is on borrowed time at this point. We have no information on it, which means it's probably not going to be around much longer. And this article talking about the IS getting bigger, sharing it with the Crown, well, that makes total sense. So let's go into it. Let's just start with the wheelbase. The Crown has the longest wheelbase by far at 115 inches. The GS has 110 and the IS has 107. So this totally transforms the length of the IS. Absolutely. It's longer than the GS now. It's probably closer to what the ES is. Okay. Overall length of the vehicle, we go from 193 in the Crown to 189 in the GS, and then to a really tiny 180 in the IS. So again, now we don't know. I don't know if I would expect the IS to be quite as long as 193, but time will tell. Width, this is an interesting one. Width, they're all about the same. 70.9 here, 70.9 here for the GS, and then we go to the width here, 70.9 to 71.5. So I don't know what the 71.5 is from. I have no idea. I don't know if that was from like the ISF, but there you go. And then last but not least, height. So the Crown is at 57. The GS is about 55, 56, and the IS is at 55 to 56. So with that information there, we know we're going to get a longer wheelbase. It's probably going to be about the same width, and it is going to be longer. So we are getting a straight up GS replacement, and the IS is just moving up in size. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. Put all your eggs in one basket for one sports sedan. You don't need tons and tons of different models. Just do one model really well, what it's designed to do, and I think you'll be okay. Now, let's get back to the article here. The powertrain will feature a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo as an entry level. Well, that's already in there, so that's nothing new. The 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, dynamic force engine, with electric motor hybrid shared with the Crown. Well, that's already in the IS in Europe, for example, as well as the IS around the world that's a hybrid. We don't get it here in America, but that's nothing new. This motor, and I've heard about this motor, I don't know if it's real or not, but this newly developed 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo is expected to replace the current 3.5-liter V6 engine and can be expected to improve torque, response, and horsepower. We don't have actual figures of this. Now, we could see this motor. We could also see in Japan, they have a top line Crown that has the 3.5 liter hybrid system that's shared with the LC500 hybrid. And if that made its way into this IS, it would be absolutely incredible. That thing has 354 horsepower, and it'll get over 30 miles a gallon, no problem. It's quite the motor and transmission as well. So let's keep moving. The highlight is the resurgence of the second generation F model, which everyone is kind of expecting and hoping for at this point. Is expected to become equipped with a 3.5 liter twin turbo engine that delivers a maximum horsepower of 422. In the United States, it's 416 horsepower. And it'll be combined with the 10-speed automatic transmission that you find in the LC500 and the LS500. I don't know if it will have the exact same horsepower. I wouldn't be surprised if they upped it. If they upped the horsepower to maybe 450 or something like that in the ISF to make it truly special, and to show potential buyers that Lexus just isn't dropping the LS motor in there. No, they're tuning it to performance. That would be awesome to see a highly tuned version of the twin turbo V6 that we get in the LS500. I'm not going to go into the exterior design because that's all conjecture. At least it doesn't do anything for me, just because that's something we have to see, in my opinion, to really get a good idea of. But the next world premiere for the IS is 2021. Now, again, this is translated from Japanese. Is it saying that we're going to get the vehicle in 2021? Or is it going to be a 2021 model debuting sometime in 2020? I'm hoping it comes in 2020. The Crown has been out for a while. I'm sure they've ironed out any potential issues with that. And if they're just modifying that vehicle and badging it as an IS, then it should be able to come to market sooner than 2021. But we'll see. That sums it up for the IS news. I will see you guys in the comments down below on that. But we're not done yet. We got a bunch of fun stuff today that I'm just elated to talk to you about. This next article is talking about the future of Lexus with an interview with one of the higher ups in the company. So let's jump on over to that article and really have some fun with it. So this article is over at Digital Trends, and Lexus will reinvest its design language as it electrifies its full line. Now this is Digital Trends by Ronan Glone. Posted today, July 11th at 9:15 a.m. This is hot off the press. I'm filming this at 7 p.m. I'll have this video out to you tonight, probably by 8 p.m. or so. The big thing that they're talking about is the policy is set to change during the 2020s, and Digital Trends learned Lexus plans to offer an electrified variant of every nameplate in its lineup by 2025. That is something we've known already, but this article is talking about what changes are we going to be expecting in the brand for 2020 by 2025, and their, I guess, roadmap a little bit to do that. So the term electrified is broad and refers to a number of different technologies. We include hybrid, plug-in, hybrid, electric, and fuel cell in our strategy, revealed Koji Sato, who has been in the news a lot lately, talking about the future of Lexus. I think it's a really big deal. He is a great spokesperson for the brand and a vice president for Lexus. While full technical specifications remain under wraps, Sato reveals Lexus will soon invest a substantial amount of money into a platform developed specifically to underpin electric cars. I will post up here at the top of the screen the article that talks about how Toyota and Subaru are doing a joint venture on this electric platform, investing billions of dollars, both companies, so they can have this really super flexible electric car platform that they can make tons of different variants of vehicles from. I mean, they can make pickup trucks, vans, city cars, performance cars, all-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. And it's incredible what they're going to be able to do with this platform. It's really exciting. So his research and development department is also working on in-wheel electric motors. This is something we've never heard before, at least I haven't. A setup in which the four wheels operate independently. Though he conceded the technology isn't ready for production yet. So they're playing with this next level in wheel where they stuff the motor into the wheel. I guess that would be the most efficient way to do that. That way you're not losing any power through drive shafts, that sort of thing. That to me maximizes efficiency. The in-wheel motor is just a concept, but it's not just a concept, because he's like, it will take years to make that technology possible. So they are going to make it possible. I know they will, but we will continue to pursue this exciting technology. So they're not going to give up on it. They know they have something truly special with it. And if they can iron it out, which I'm sure they will, they have all the money in the world, it's going to be something truly revolutionary for the car business. So this goes into, I guess, the design language now. We know the spindle grille, we know the L-shaped LED light sort of thing. So we're going to jump into this portion. The commonly cited notion that electric cars don't need air cooling is false. They simply need less of it. That means in theory that an electric Lexus wouldn't need massive spindle-shaped grille on its front end. Moving away from the styling cue is easier said than done. Lexus design boss Koichi Suga told Digital Trends. They're still going to have the spindle grille from the sounds of it, but it's just going to take on a whole new evolution as they transition from these massively air-cooled and air-sucking engines to almost passively cooled electric motors and batteries. Speaking through a translator, he told us that Lexus faces the same problem as other companies whose design language is defined by a dominant styling cue, which means like BMW, by the way, when they go fully electric, and then we've seen Audi's design cues, they'll be fine. It's not hard to keep that design cue in there. You just don't need it to be passive, meaning air passing through. His team can't completely take the spindle grille away. Of course they're not going to, because it's iconic to the brand now. That's what they wanted from it. It's a big part of the company's personality, but it's looking for ways to evolve it. Exactly. He added that he can't reveal the direction he wants to take Lexus design because Toyota president Akio Toyoda hasn't signed off on it yet. This is the last tidbit here that is absolutely groundbreaking and gets me really excited for the Tokyo Motor Show. We don't have to wait long to get a better idea of what future Lexus models will look like, though. Sato said the company will unveil a design-led, tech-savvy concept car during the 2019 Tokyo Auto Show, which is in October. We can't tell you what it looks like yet, but it breaks all ties with current members of the company's portfolio, and it doesn't easily slot into an existing market segment. Stay tuned, it will be worth the wait. It will be worth the wait. How exciting. I'm as a big fan of the brand, of course I'm going to be excited. And then my imagination starts running on what this concept car that they're going to unveil. The conservative side of me is like, they're just going to give us more details on the LF1 Limitless concept, and they'll probably tell us that it is making its way to production officially. That's what I'm feeling. Because that car does break all ties with the current members of the company's portfolio. It doesn't really fit into anything. It's a super luxury, high-end, ultra technological concept that they came out with a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I think we're just going to get more details on it. If you guys have something else in mind on what they are going to unveil for the brand, this tech-savvy concept car that breaks all ties with current members of the Lexus family, if you have a different idea what it might be, please post it in the comments below. But I'll leave it at this. What did you think of the IS news? What did you think of this upcoming Lexus future electric brand news? I'll see you guys in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more news. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.